Hey everyone, it's Will, Gamer Dad, with another video for you. So hopefully you have had some great luck with your Efi pulls. If she hasn't come home for you, I do hope she comes home soon. We're about halfway through the Whispers of Time, aka Sprinkles of Salt, and so there are 5 days left or so, plus the chance of getting the Rainbow Drop or Whispers Drop that does guarantee a random 5-star. Now that being said, even though we did have an Efi update just a few days ago, we also have the beginning of the month standard Fateful Encounter 7 days encounter Lunar New Year 2023 special. And so in tonight's episode of Should You Summon, we'll discuss this particular banner and my thoughts and opinions of whether or not you should spend some of your hard-earned money on it. Now, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I also do have a Patreon account for those who want to support me this way. So that being said, we can go right into it. And so this one's a little bit different than usual. Normally, we only have one-time pull, which, by the way, since they are Fateful Encounters, they're guaranteed to have a 5-star. And they also cost 1,000 paid stones, either through your Heavens subscription ticket or regular stones that you buy. Now, one thing unique about this particular Fateful 7-day encounter is that instead of having a 7.77% chance on the 3 featured units, note that on the 10th pull, you guarantee one of the 3. So, yeah, that is a big change from before, and honestly, I hope that WFS listens to us and keeps this kind of format for the future, because if you think about it, if they're featuring 3 units for the 7-day encounter, for those who want to pull in it, honestly, they want the featured unit. No need to cut back on the rate of these, especially since most of these units are not the newest ones out there, in which case they're not losing out on much revenue. And honestly, as kind of a gesture of goodwill towards our community, they might as well make it guaranteed one of the 3. Now, that being said, the 3 units are ES Nagi, AS Chio, and AS Lily. And of course, being that this is a paid banner, you can see that our newest Vampire Girl, Efi, is in there. Standard, all the Alma Orlea Flam, so blah, 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 blah. All in there. AS Nakoko, Alter Hismina, Alter Sikia, and unfortunately, the rest of the fillers, you know, Bots, Rainbow Sisters, and Knights, are all in there. So in terms of my thoughts of the particular units out there, the 3 units will go from left to right quickly. Now, AS Chio is a great Magic Zone setter. Obviously not as powerful as her newer counterpart, Alter Xion, aka Perfection. She does have to VC in to set Magic Zone, but she has a dual zone function. If you have mostly Earth team in the front line, she will create Earth Zone. If you have mostly staff units, she'll create Magic Zone. So she does have a dual use, which is very unique for most units. Not only that, but at the end of turn, she does boost damage in both Earth Zone and like Magic Zone, and it actually depends on the type of moves too. So if you do more staff attacks, then it'll boost that kind of attack in the next turn. If it's more Earth attacks, then it boosts, I think, power and int. And so you can actually stack it where if you have Earth magic attacks, you get actually both boosts, I believe, instead of just one. Very, very good. And most importantly, her mainstay in terms of her relevance nowadays is that she can still cast Horai Jewel. It is a preemptive pain and poison setting move that also gives mental focus to all your magic units. What that means is, based on their max MP, you can do a tremendous amount of additional damage, which is honestly the mainstay of any magic type team moving forward. Very, very good. Downside, we all have Chio in some form. Or if you're even new to the game, you'll eventually run into Chio as a 3.5 or a 4-star unit as you play along and summon 10 pulls. In which case, you can definitely find the materials to side grade her using 5 treatises, 5 chants, and a number of murmur scripts as well as prayer scripts, all of which can be easily done within the within 3 to 6 months. If you're a newer player, it might take you a little bit long time. But in us, for the end game, honestly, 3 months should be enough to get AS Chio. Not to mention, most of us will have had 5 of the Sayori Hime treatises if you've been playing for anything longer than a year. So keep that in mind, that she is essentially an easy free-to-play grind for her. Now, ES Nagi. I know a lot of you have talked about ES Nagi to me, aka why did you 255 ES Nagi? How come you haven't had a 5-star review of ES Nagi? And so on and so forth. Now, in terms of my decision to 255 ES Nagi in a free-to-play strategy, which I will link the video below, main reason is A, she has 3 forms, and so I did really like normal style Nagi as well as AS Nagi. ES Nagi was always kind of an afterthought, more of a method to get her to 255 as opposed to me wanting that particular form. And to be honest, when she did come out, and by the time I got 5 Cthulhu Codexes, Eva was already there, followed shortly after by Flam. And so if you're talking water magic, honestly, she is 3rd behind those by a large margin. If you're talking crystal magic, she is far behind Eva, and honestly only comparable to Clark AS for most of the uses of crystal magic. And so I haven't done a 5-star review on her for those reasons alone. Now, that being said, she is a unique stance setter. She can set see a star stance, which do have some benefits in terms of no AF strategies. If you're able to build up a full bar by turn 3, you can get double damage while in see a star stance. She does have some modest 25-25 dual debuff and so on and so forth. However, if you're talking purely from a DPS standpoint, unfortunately, like I mentioned, she has fallen far behind those other units there. And to be fair, Sea of Star stance, although is a cool stance, it is not meant for low turn clears for the most part, as well as no AF strats, which most of you do not employ. Now finally, AS Lily. Now, I don't know too much about AS Lily because I have not side graded my 4-star Lily to AS Lily. I understand that her AS form has the potential to do mega amounts of water DPS at the expense of, I think she can only do it every 2 moves based on her consumption of MP. So you need to find a way during the AF, for example, to regenerate MP. I think she has a unique interaction with Efi, which some people have tried out, and so in that sense, I'm sure she can find ways to do continual tremendous amounts of damage. So she is has a high potential to do water magic damage. Now, very similarly to the unit on the far left, AS Chio, we all have a Lily in some form, usually by 3.5 or 4 stars at some point in the game, in which case, just like AS Chio, she is grindable from a free-to-play standpoint, and therefore I do not recommend generally summoning for units where you can grind out the materials. So out of the 3 units, technically you would have run it into 2 of them, and if you gave it any length of time, you should have enough materials to grind out both of those, in which case you are only really paying money to summon for ES Nagi, which case she has been unfortunately somewhat power crept by Flam and Eva. And if you have a form of Nagi, either normal style or AS, then you won't be summoning on this banner anyway. So long story short, I like the theme. Magic Zone is the winner, but I don't like the value you're getting from this particular banner. So again, I appreciate WFS for now making it 1 in 3 guaranteed. Hopefully they do that in the future, but no, save your money. AS Flam is coming in the next banner most likely, in which case if you want some water mages, that is one of the ones you can go for. Or you can save your paid stones, because let's be honest, Efi is if she hasn't made you broke yet, I mean, there are other upcoming banners which will sure to bankrupt your stones as well. So let me know in the comments below if you're planning to summon on it, what your thoughts about this banner are, and so on and so forth. I myself think it's pretty straightforward in a hard no, although some of you might disagree. And as for myself, of course, being free to play, I will not be partaking in this paid banner. Besides, I have all 3 units. The AS Lily I can upgrade at any time. So hopefully you are enjoying the part 1 of the anniversary celebration. Don't forget to collect your Whispers of Time drop every day. Whispers of Time every day, and then eventually in another few days you can show me what you've gotten with your free 5-star. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.